Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How's everybody doing today? How's it going? Welcome to episode number 825 of Walking with Purpose Live. Live once again from Red Morton Park here in Redwood City, California. My name is Elias Melas, but you can call me Eli for short, and I am the president and founder of the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short. If you don't know about the organization, there are many other videos over the last month or two that will share more. If you want to dig back through some of the past streams, or if you want more information, just email me at eliasmelas at genuinenetworkingassociation.org. That's Elias Melas at genuinenetworkingassociation.org. It's below in the description. Also, if you're on a laptop or desktop, you can go to the About section and see the email there. If you're on mobile, you got to go in the description because the mobile section of YouTube does not display the email like the desktop version does. I don't know why, but hey, that's just the way it's been. And until it changes, if ever, that's just how we're going to have to explain it. Somebody playing with their dog over there, so I'm going to cut over here. All right. So this is episode number 825. I'm only going to be doing a couple laps today because the sun's going to be going down in about 15 minutes. So I will probably be walking in the dark on the second lap, and I'm just doing 2 laps today. I just had another busy day. A lot of good stuff happening behind the scenes, and it's time consuming. But once it's all ready to rock and roll, man, is it going to be worth it? So today, I'm going to be discussing what your level of energy says about you. One more time, today we're going to be discussing what your level of energy says about you. And your level of energy, and especially your tonality when you're speaking, your tone of voice, it says a lot about yourself. It says a lot about your mental state, your emotional state. Now, I want to put a disclaimer. These are my opinions and my opinions only. I am not a doctor in any way, shape, or form. I am not a psychologist. I do not have a psychology degree. These are clearly just my opinions that I'm entitled to. And I'm going to state them here today based on my past experiences of what I've seen and what I've experienced. And I've experienced a lot, through relationships and identifying the tonality of women that I've dated. In the professional world, I've done a lot of public speaking, and I've actually heard a lot of other people do public speaking. And everybody has a different tonality or tone of voice. Also, YouTubers out here that create content, they have a certain tonality to their voice. And you can tell a lot. In my opinion, you can tell a lot about a YouTuber's mental state in every video they create based on their tonality. Right? So What does your level of energy say about you? Okay. A lot of people confuse speaking in a soft spoken voice as not having energy. Do you have to always say, hey, my name is Elias Melas and I am the president and founder of the GNA? Now that's going over the top, energy, extreme. And sometimes I'm like that. Other times I'll say, how's everybody doing today? My name is Elias Melas, and I am the president and founder of the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short. That's more cool, calm, and collected. Does that mean I'm lacking energy? No. That's just a different level of energy and tonality. Now, there is something that has always driven me crazy about people that have this particular type of speaking style. And this is something that people that have worked with me in the past, especially when it comes to getting over their fear of public speaking, which is critical to be a YouTuber because you're doing public speaking out here, especially if you're live. This is public speaking live and on the fly, right? The thing that drives me the craziest is people that have a monotone voice. Especially if you're watching certain live streamers that have a monotone voice. It's that frustrating monotone voice. Whether they're playing a video game or whether they're interviewing somebody live on the air or they're doing drama or whatever it is. Whatever it is, their tonality is monotonish, right? It's frustrating monotonish, right? You can tell when somebody's very unhappy and very miserable when they're speaking at the same tone level. They're not using what's called voice influx, the influx of your voice, the highs and the lows. They're at the same level and they're sharing their frustrations about just dumb shit at the same level. You don't even hear them, elevate and lower their pitch, right? And it's the most frustrating type of person, in my opinion, to deal with, whether you're having a conversation with someone like that in person, on the phone, or whether you're at a live event and they're publicly speaking to you with a monotone voice, or it's a YouTube live stream or a pre-recorded YouTube video or whatever, right? That monotone voice, it never changes. So it's like the voice that will put you to sleep. And you don't get to feel how that person feels through the words they're saying because it's all one straight pitch. My name is Elias Melas, and I am the president and founder of the Genuine Networking Association. Welcome to my show. How are you doing today? I'm speaking right now in a very boring, monotone voice. You cannot hear my voice influx, and I know many YouTubers out here speak like this because they don't know how to speak properly, and they're frustrated, and they just have nothing better to do than to just rant and rave over people with a monotone, frustrated monotone voice. So do you hear that? compared to this, like right now, you're hearing my voice go up and down. Right now, if I'm speaking with a softer tone of voice, hey, my name is Elias Melas. Welcome to the show. How are you doing today? You see, my voice is still going up and down, right? Now, I can, amp up my voice and say, hey, my name is Elias Melas, and I am the president and founder of the January Networking Association, right? Or I can say, hey, everybody, my name is Elias Melas, and I am the president and founder of the Genuine Networking Association. You still hear the influx of my voice, right? So that doesn't mean if a public speaker one day has extreme energy and the next day they have less energy, that doesn't mean that there's something wrong or they're messed up or anything like that. It also depends on what you're talking about. Sometimes, if you're talking about very serious things, you're going to be speaking in a more softer spoken tone of voice. That doesn't mean there's something wrong. It doesn't mean you lack energy. It doesn't mean you've lost your charisma or anything like that. Some people think that, if you go one day from extremely high energy to, still putting on energy but not at the same high level, they think like you're dead. No, that's not the case. Absolutely not the case at all. Now, I did some research on this, and I need to do more, and I'll probably do a more extensive stream on this from the studio. Maybe tomorrow if I get a chance on the main channel. I've been meaning to do an in-studio stream, but I just haven't had the time to do it. I need to make the time. But, from some of my research, and again, this is just my opinion, or these are just my opinions, okay? That people that speak in a monotonish, frustrating, monotonish type of voice, it's because they're dealing with depression, insecurities, right? Lack of self-love, right? There's something that those people feel is lacking deep within them, and they're basically showing you that through their speaking style or their presentations, regardless of where they're at, in person, on the phone, on YouTube, pre-recorded videos, live streams, etc., right? Go back and watch some of your favorite content creators and listen to the pitch of their voice. Listen to the voice influx up and down if there is any. And I can guarantee you there are a bunch of people that are flat, right? I know some people out here that are very flat with their tonality. And even when they get frustrated, they're at the same level. It's so funny. Some people struggle with how to properly speak and, learn proper public speaking skills and stuff like that. Some people struggle so bad with it that their tone of voice is the same when they're pissed off and when they're happy, right? You ever talk to somebody online or offline, or listen to somebody speak when they're happy and they sound like they're pissed off? That's because they're monotone and they're struggling with something deep within themselves. So, how do you change that? How do you overcome that and become a better public speaker, How do you change that, right? How do you change your level of energy? Because the level of energy for people that have a monotone voice is very low. It's actually very low energy, but it comes off as high energy. Because these people are actually really pissed off about something, and they blame the whole world for everything, right? They blame the whole world for everything and take no responsibility for anything, right? Even though the problem is always within ourselves. People don't realize most of the time when we have problems, the problems start within ourselves. And many of us are just not willing to face reality and accept responsibility, right? And until you do that, you know, that level of energy is never going to change. You have to want to make that change. You have to want to make that change, or it's never going to happen. I'm sorry, I just had to take a look at something. It all starts within you and how you see yourself. Everything starts within you, right? The energy you put out is the energy you're going to get back, right? But again, how do you overcome having such a low level of energy, right? Well, you got to, like I said, dig deep, accept responsibility for whatever is bothering you deep within to be pissed off at the world, because your fucking problem is you're pissed off at the fucking world. And that's why you're putting out this tonality, right? If you are. And here's the thing, when you have a monotone voice, it doesn't matter even if you get pissed off and you raise your voice, you still have that same monotone-ish tone, right? We can't feel your highs and your lows because for some reason you're too afraid to show us you're fucking human, right? Don't be afraid to show that you're human, regardless of where you're speaking, regardless of who you're speaking to. Just be yourself, relax, be chill, right? And let people feel what you're saying. People have always been able to feel what I'm saying because I emphasize certain words. That's a part of voice influx. And other words that don't mean as much, I'll tone it down a little bit. I want you folks to feel what I'm saying as I'm saying it, because that way we can relate, we can bond, right? How can you bond with people with a monotone tone of voice? See, everything now is going online. What people need to start realizing is that everything is going online. So you have to learn to engage people online. And the funny thing is there are some people that are struggling with this the most, that think they are the best, and other people that aren't struggling are struggling. That's when you know those people are the ones struggling, right? If you want to make a difference and make a change, a woman is walking sideways, and I don't know which way she's going. All right, I'll just cut around this way. You got to be careful when you're coming around like kids and stuff because they see a selfie stick in the camera and they start acting stupid, right? You know, in this day and age where everyone has a smartphone and a camera and can go live at a moment's notice, it's all part of the game, you know? You got to expect this shit. A lot of people are afraid to show other people how they feel through their tone of voice. That's why they're monotone. Don't be afraid to share your feelings. Don't be afraid to share your thoughts and show some emotion. Some good, wholesome, decent emotion. I'm going to do one more lap. Just running into a lot of people. I hope to get out on the walk tomorrow a little bit earlier and go to the trail. I don't really like coming to the park that much because many parts of the park are closed off due to construction, and you have a lot of people walking in the same direction, and there's just a lot of distractions, especially when you're trying to do a show. And I'm not complaining because that's just the way it is. I come here when I've got limited time because it's closer to home. It's literally over 10 minutes to get to the trail from home, clear across town, and 10 minutes back. So sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. Don and I are doing great. We're getting a few more projects done around the house. Things are looking really good. We're getting really, really super organized. And yeah, Dawn and I will be making some special announcements soon. But for now, she's doing well. It's all good in the hood. Give me a second here. There's a family up ahead here, and they're walking slow. Man, I heard that dude's bass from like 2 blocks away. Holy Moses, I had to mute for a second there. Even though, like I've said before, there's incidental copyright coverage, but it's only on mobile, not on desktop. If I were to re-upload these videos as non-mobile that have some incidental music in the background, they would get a copyright claim. That's why some people get claims and some don't. If you stream from mobile, you can have a little bit of copyright music incidentally. Now, if you play a full song and don't talk or anything, you'll still get a claim, but it's not as strict. Sifu Smo, how you doing? Welcome, brother. How you doing? I hope your day is going well, man. Hope your day is going well. Yeah, my brother. Yeah. And wait till you get my age, man. Well, Sifu, I appreciate that. I appreciate anything you do. I just really want you to know that it's not really necessary. And sometimes, even though you have the right intentions, we have the right intentions to do certain things, it, it backfires because you have to understand that even when you're defending certain people out here on YouTube, you're still giving other people more of what they want. But I appreciate you, Dion. I do. I know exactly what you're talking about, and that's as far as I'm going to go. But, you know, Don and I appreciate you. We know you mean well. And here's the thing, Dion, let's be real about it. I know you've had some fun out here on YouTube, and sure, we all do some things for clicks at times. You've done it. We've all done it. But at the end of the day, when it really counts, Dion, I know you're a good guy, and you've been growing up a lot in your early 30s. And, if no one else notices that, Don and I do. I'm not going to mention a certain person's name. Well, it's too late, bro. You already tagged them in your video. You don't think they're going to put two and two together about our conversation right now? I mean, dude, listen, it's not a big deal. Right? And it doesn't really matter to me because I've got people on permanent ignore, and that's the best way to handle it, right? But you do you, bro. Whatever makes you feel happy. If you want to tag in certain people that aren't worth being tagged in and talked about, that's all good, bro. We still love you. I'm just saying that, we love you and respect you, and you're wasting your time focusing on certain people that really are fucking irrelevant, dude. That's all. No big deal. Besides that, I hope your weekend's going well, you and your woman and your kid. Hope all is well, bro. I realized today she's not worth it, bro. Karma will take care of itself. I think you've known it's not worth it for a lot longer than today, bro. Let's be real about it. You know me, I'm going to keep it real, right? But hey, sometimes it takes certain people longer than others to understand it. And I get it. It took me a long time to figure out certain things that I no longer do out here on YouTube. I've been doing this for 6.5 years, pretty much semi-full-time or full-time, however you want to say it, right? You tell like it is, haha. Oh, of course I do, bro. You do too. Hello to Ashley as well. Your lady Ashley. Well, you see, what you just put in the chat there is going to be screenshot and their next community post, Dion. You see, you're still not getting it, dude. You're not. You don't understand. They watch like a hawk because without me, these people are fucking nothing. They're nothing, right? So anyone I associate with, when you say something like they're gonna say, "Oh, Dion threatened me on Eli's channel, and Eli did nothing about it to remove." I'm not gonna remove you, Dion, because I know you're just joking, and these people are motherfucking stupid asses, is what they are, right? I'm just saying, dude. That's how miserable and pathetic they are. That's how closely they watch my channels and everyone that's around my channels. because they have an audience. Their audience is primarily me, bro. So I mean, I wasn't going to talk about this. I was talking about this with Don earlier today because I did see your video earlier. I did, and I wasn't going to say anything about it because I just, I don't want to bring any notoriety or any attention to those people, but it's all right. My bad, brother. I just don't tolerate. I don't tolerate BS either, bro. But understand this: they're never going to stop. And understand, every single one of those creators, including the person you tagged in, every single one of them is circumventing YouTube's system because they've all been removed from the platform. So they're all circumventing, right? And no matter what, no matter how many times they get removed, Dion, they're going to keep coming back on stock accounts, and they'll just keep coming back. So, why can't we just give them a farewell and move on and create our own thing? You see, for me, this is the problem. The problem is not me moving on. My audience can't move on. The people that care about Don and I, they want to defend us over this stupid shit, and it's not even worth defending. You know what I mean? Well, bro, I mean, whatever you want to handle with that person or other people is on you, dude. I just care to ignore. I can hide user from channel, and I can also Google block them too. And that's that, bro. And life goes on. And one day you'll figure it out, dude. I mean, listen, when I was your age, I would still get pissed off easily. In my early 30s, I wasn't nearly as mature as I am now. And I'm not saying I don't have immature moments. We all do at any age. But, at 50 years old, dude, I have no time for this bullshit. And I can just ignore it. And I can just let these people run their fucking mouths all day and night. While I do my own thing with my family and my lady, which are the most important things to me, right? Honestly, you're right. She's not even worth that I lose my temper here and there. Dude, I've been the same way. You don't think I've lost my temper? Dion, you've seen videos of me out here in the past where I've said some pretty nasty shit. And it wasn't because I meant it. It was because these people, I allowed them to trigger me. I allowed them to trigger me to say stupid shit, right? And at this point right now, I don't allow anyone to trigger me. If I get triggered, that's on me, right? I don't let people push my buttons anymore, especially on the fucking internet, man. Right? This is the fucking internet, dude. Right? And I have love for you, dude. I do. You and Ashley and your kid and all that, you have a lot of self-control. I try, man. Anyway. That's all, dude. And get back to the show. I'm on my final lap. Yeah, dude, it's all good. Sometimes I got to be honest with you, Seafood Smoke, Dion. Sometimes it almost comes off like you're kind of, semi-trolling me or buddy trolling me. But anyway, it's all good, dude. We're all going to have fun at times. It's all good, dude. It's not a big deal. I appreciate you popping on in, man. Thank you so much. Anyway. I would never troll you, bro. Don't let... Yeah, well, no one's gotten in my head, dude. I speak for myself. I make my own assessments based on what I read and how I interpret it. Right? It's all good, though, dude. Not a big deal. No worries at all. No worries. Yeah, it's all good, man. Talk about them all you want, dude. I'm moving on with my show, okay? Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, we're back live. We're back live. So today, again, we've been talking about what your level of energy says about you, right? Now, you know, I've been talking about people that speak in a monotone voice, right? Then you have those types of people that are in a very high strung tonality, and they're in that mode of tonality for a very long time. I've been there before, even out here on YouTube. You know, sometimes you'll get people that are screaming, or you'll get people that are complaining about every little thing all the time. They never stop, right? Because if people are not cool, calm, and collected, right? If you're watching content out here that, let's say it's live and involves screaming and cussing and running from a high level of energy for a long period of time, those types of people, especially if they're a content creator running their channel that way, they're in my opinion, they're struggling with some mental disorder or some trauma or some level of depression, right? Because normal, happy, healthy people are going to speak normally like I do. There may be moments of where I amp up my voice. There may be times where it's a little bit lower like this, but I'm not speaking monotone. Like I said earlier, this is monotone. Hey, Dion, how are you doing today? My name is Coach Eli. Well, I'm not Coach Eli anymore. You call me Coach. I'm no longer the coach. And you know, this is how we do things over here. And you can't hear my voice elevate and lower, so you really can't tell my tonality. And this sounds pretty boring because you're not feeling anything, and it's just really dumb and boring, right? Eli, you're one of the best public speakers I have ever witnessed, bro. Well, Dee and Eli are like family to me. Exactly, Eli. Well, I appreciate that, Dion. You know, I've been trying to teach people how to be better speakers, which will make them better content creators on YouTube and other platforms. You know, before I started even doing video, I was already doing podcasting. And people can't see you when you're podcasting, so it's all about them getting to know you through your voice. And if you're a boring speaker and you speak flat, people are going to tune away before they get a chance to know you. Right? And nowadays, interestingly enough, when people watch YouTube videos, if they're a longer piece of content, they're typically more so listening than watching. They may glance at their TV or screen of their phone or device where the YouTube video is at. Every now and then they may glance at the screen. But how many times do you start watching someone's video and only listen to the audio and multitask, right? So true, brother, right? So if you can't feel the highs and the lows and the influx of the person's voice, I mean, you're going to get bored. You're going to be like, this is boring. This is stupid. You know, I can't relate to this person. Why am I even here? And then you're gone, right? That's it, right? You and I, without mentioning names, Sifu Smo, we know one particular creator that is extremely monotone and very, very flat with their voice. Even when they get angry or they're happy, their voice sounds exactly the same. The tonality, at least, right? Now, the volume of that person's voice may raise at times, but the tonality is constantly going to be flat. Ashley says she could listen to your streams all day. You keep the listener glued to. Well, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. We're about halfway done on the second and final lap. I'm only doing 2 laps tonight. I'm going to get a much longer walk in tomorrow. Oh, man. Do 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 do. So again, like I was saying earlier, your speaking tone defines how you're feeling. And here's the thing, if you're a public speaker and you're having a shitty day, you got to snap out of that, because if you're having a shitty day and you're typically a good, happy, positive speaker, you're gonna deliver a shitty presentation. People are going to be able to tell you're having a bad day, and you're not going to be able to be yourself to deliver your presentation or speech properly if you don't snap out of that rut that you're in, that funk that you're in, right? So again, the most important thing when it comes to all of this, give me a second. The most important thing when it comes to all of this is having self-love and being in a good, happy, positive mood no matter what, and not letting anyone jerk you around. Because your level of energy says mountains about you. Your level of energy. And again, your level of energy doesn't mean you have to be like, hi, my name is Elias, Melas, and I'm here on YouTube. That doesn't mean that. You can speak in a softer tone of voice and have energy. Hi, my name is Elias Melas. Welcome to the show. It's great to see you here, bro. How you doing? Right? It's a lot lower than this, but you still feel the energy, right? You can still feel the energy, even when I'm talking softly. Because you can feel my voice elevate and rise. Sorry, elevate and drop. Sorry, elevate and drop, right? Amen, Eli, says Dion. Exactly. Your energy is excellent. Exuberant, sorry. That's how I demand respect from students in my dojo. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what your business entails when you're coaching or training people in martial arts. It's about discipline. It's like being in the military. You know, no one's going to respect a leader that doesn't speak with authority. You got to speak with authority, right? But that doesn't mean you always have to come at a high level, right? You can still get your message across at times without having to say, get down and give me 20. right? You can say, get down, give me 20. And if they don't listen the first time, then you can say, okay, I said, get down and give me 20. You see how you're amping it up? If they still don't listen, I said, get down and give me 20, damn it, right? Revelations, how you doing, brother? What's up, Eli? How's it going, bro? Welcome to the show. It's great to see you here, man. Sifu Smo Dion says hello at Revelations. How's your weekend going, Revelations? Welcome. We're in the last leg, the last stretch of the last lap. I'm only doing 2 laps today. Once they get these LED lights all around the park, if they keep the lights on till like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, you can walk safely around the park. I'll tell you, like LEDs. And when we were switching from regular light bulbs, what do they call them? Incandescent, I believe is what they're called. To LEDs. LEDs are brighter and they use like 1/10 the energy of regular light bulbs, and they last like 10 times longer. Like a lot of LEDs, like these LEDs should last for like 50,000 hours. The regular lights, like 5 to 10,000. Even less at times, depending on the type of you know, a bulb. But yeah, no, LEDs. I'm in progress of changing, you know, everything to LEDs in the house. I'm almost at the point of where I should just spend the money and buy more LEDs and change everything, because it would save a lot on the power bill. But then you have to throw out those old bulbs, right? You too, pretty good. How about you as well, okay? And others? Yeah, Don and I are doing well. I mentioned that earlier. I know you just popped on in, but yeah, we're doing all right. Lots of good stuff going on, and like I was saying earlier, at some point in the future, Don and I, you know, will be making an announcement, and got some things coming up. But yeah, all is well. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for asking. Sifu Smo Dion. Well, you keep calling me coach, but whatever. I'm speaking it into existence. I will become the best martial artist of all time, and you will become the best life coach of all time. Positivity. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to call myself a life coach again. I mean, I pretty much do the same thing, Dion, but I'm coming at it from a different branding standpoint. And, you know, I want to kind of turn more of what I'm doing into more of a non-profit based type of business where we help people for free, but we're funded by donations, right? We still need to make money to pay the bills while doing this. It's a lot of work, but we want to do more charity type of work. We want to truly help people and let them know that we do this because we love it, not just for the money. We just want enough money to survive, and that's what nonprofits are created for. Yeah, that's you never know, Dion. Dion, listen. Never say never, dude. You never know what the next change is going to be around my neck of the woods and Don's neck of the woods. You never know. You just have to stick around and find out. But I mean, we're just building upon what we've changed to recently over the last few months to the GNA, and there's just a lot of work to be done. And I've been slowly plugging away at it behind the scenes. It's a good thing that dog isn't here tonight. It's indoors. Here we go. Let's turn on the front light. Hang on a second, be right back. All right. All right, we're back live. We are back live. And it's all good. Folks, start getting your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in 5 minutes or less. Well, Dion, I do hope that whatever you want to turn your business into or whatever you want to do in life comes true, man. But my best advice to you, Dion, is to just be true to yourself and be honest with yourself, right? Never mind about being honest with other people. You should be honest with other people, but the most important thing is to be honest with yourself, dude. And focus on what you've got and build upon what you've got. Don't focus on what you don't have. And I always try to tell people, don't fake it till you make it. I'm not saying you're doing that, Dion, but many people have. And I even, there was a woman that did a presentation when I was running GNA, Genuine Networking Association, networking events in person years ago, that did a presentation on faking it till you make it. I may still have that presentation publicly available. I'll have to find it and share it with you folks. But I used to kind of understand faking it till you make it. And I used to be somewhat of a fan of it, but I'm really not a fan of faking it till you make it. Not in this modern world of social media where every little lie you tell, people are going to call you out. People even call you out when you're telling the truth. When you tell a lie, they're going to fucking make it front page news, right? My wife said before she met me, come on, Dion. Oh, God, dude. It's all good, man. It's all good, dude. All right, folks. I'm going to get going. I'll be back tomorrow for at least a walk. I'm going to try to do a stream from the studio too. Good to see you, bro. This is Revelations. Right on, bro. All right, folks. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.